I think it's time to start the stream now. We keep getting attacked by the javelina. The intro is not quite as smooth as we could possibly do it, because apparently I can't control the AI. Javelinas were just introduced into the game. New enemy or wild animal, I suppose. And they seem to want to attack us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly get a weapon here to kill the javelina. I was not prepared for it to immediately attack me at stream start, but let's give ourselves the Kriegsmesser. Sorry, Kriegsmesser. Alright. Shit. And there's a skeleton. Don't worry, we can get them both. Shit. Alright, cool. So we actually got ourselves a little bit of javelina meat here. Just, I think, Sarah, you said a peccary and a javelina are the same thing, as far as I know. But anyway. Today we're going to do some modeling. We're going to make a new creature. That creature that we're going to make is going to be a capuchin monkey. We're gonna make one of these guys. So, they have these in, Trinidad specifically, but they're actually a special kind of, capuchin monkey called the white-fronted capuchin monkey. It's actually a critically endangered species, which is sad, but I'm gonna say that they were around at the time of the game, and that they happen to live on this island. So why don't we... Wait a second. Oh, yeah. So, I did also say that I had an announcement. I was hoping there would be more people at the start of stream, but the announcement is that we have an official Discord server. So it's linked down below in this stream, I believe. So if you want updates on the game, you want to see screenshots of development in progress, and if you're interested in playtesting the game, in the future, we'll be administering playtests through the Discord server, so definitely join if you're interested in that. And the link is down below. And, yeah, so why don't we get straight to modeling? Also, it was mentioned last stream that I should be drinking a beverage, and that it was too late for coffee, but too early for beer. And I'll be drinking just a guarana soda. It's a Brazilian drink. And so, why don't we get straight into Blender, then? We're going to be modeling one of these guys. So, quit out of the game. White IDE, as much to many people's chagrin. And let's get into Blender. So, let's quickly get some reference images for our modeling. And also, I'm going to get the chill vibes mix going. Alright. So, let's get some reference images of the capuchin. So we basically want, like, I'm gonna use the regular capuchin monkey as a reference, just because the main difference is that one of them is white. But basically, I just want a good view of, like, all the, different poses that he can be in. And let's get some other ones. So we're actually going to be doing an animated model today, so it's going to be slightly different than what we normally do. With is just modeling different. Okay, this guy's good. So now, if I go into my downloads folder here. Okay, we got this guy. 1 second. Okay, just adjusting my audio levels. Let's go back here. So we got that guy, we got that guy, and we got that guy. Here's our references. And let's adjust their rotation. Just move them to somewhere that's good to see them. All right. Degrees. Degrees, and then let's spread them out. Oopsies. So he's got kind of like pretty long arms, so I actually think the best way to model him is actually from the side here. I normally like to do a front view, but also in a T-pose. Yeah, let's try to just sort of eyeball it. I can't do the directly modeling over top bit right now, but let's go ahead and put this guy up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just scale this down a little bit, so like 50%, because this cube is 2 meters, and I think the capuchin monkey, if you stretch him out, he's going to be like 1 meter long. So if I want to start with this torso, I'm just going to eyeball it to be sort of there. Then I'm going to cut it in half so I can do a mirror. Delete vertices, delete half of him. Add a mirror. In edit mode? Why is that not mirroring? Let's try that again. Add modifier. Mirror. Oh, it's... Oh, I see. Yeah, it's the axis. That's the problem. Okay, everything's actually rotated wrong, so I'm gonna rotate this. Whoopsies. Rotate everything 180 degrees. Or sorry, 90 degrees. That's better. Okay, now let's move this back to origin. And now we can have our mirror. Cool, there we go. Now our mirror's working. Perfect. Alright, let's get right into edit mode here. Subdivide this. Subdivide this like that. We're going for like a basic sort of humanoid-ish shape. So we're gonna want some arms. We're going to adjust the topology around the arms a little bit in a second. But So his arms are exactly as long as his legs, so they're gonna be quite long for a human, but this isn't a human, so. Like, yeah, I think that's about it, right? Alright. Gonna move this guy a bit. Gonna add one more subdivision here. I'm actually gonna set my symmetry up on the y-axis here 1 second so that every time I move one of these guys, it moves it on the other side as well. It's kind of handy. Okay. Alright. It doesn't look much like a monkey yet, but don't worry, it will. I like to model the knees slightly bent because IK is going to require that. And then right off the bat here, I'm going to do... They usually tell you, like, when you're modeling to only use quads, but this is one instance in which triangles are actually helpful, and that is at the knee point. Wait. There we go. And then cut inside here. And that's because, like, as the knee bends, you need some way to retract it. And it just kind of helps preserve the volume of the object as it's being deformed. All right. So let's keep adjusting this. All right. Capuchin monkey. It's too wide here, definitely. Let's bring this guy. Bring this in. Guy. Make a little bit of an arch here in the pelvis. All right. This is kind of more of an A pose, so we want to have it be a T pose, just because I'm going to use Mixamo to rig this, and Mixamo works a lot better in a T pose than an A pose. I think he's got kind of a longer torso here, and his back is definitely going to be bent. Wait, Sarah, what's illegal? What did you say that was illegal? Alright. That's sort of more of a good shape, I think, for a capuchin monkey. The legs are actually gonna be a little bit longer than that. Oopsies. They're quite long, and also I think they're sort of further apart. So, should be able to just do that. Yeah, I think that's better. Also, the shoulders are quite forward. So I think, let's turn off, now we have to turn off the Y mirror. Your triangular knee is illegal. It's not. All my characters have the triangular knee or some variation similar to that. It's a trick to get better deformation around the around that area of the body. And I'm also gonna do it here at the elbow as well too. Let's. Okay, we got a couple more people in stream. Nice to see you guys. Oh, just thought I'd check in from the county. Watch a bit and say hi. Hi. All right. Doing well here. We're making a capuchin monkey. He's got a little bit more here. All right. Yeah, his shoulders are quite forward here, and they're also gonna be up quite a bit here. And so why don't we start with the head then? Okay, I'm gonna have to. I don't know what the way to do this, if there's a good way to do this when you extrude when something mirrored, it creates this extra face in here, which I don't want, but I think you have to manually delete it. If any of the viewers know one way to make Blender not do that, please let me know, because I find it very annoying. But yeah. So yeah, the head comes out like very forward. Second. Oh, because it's mirrored, that's why. I'm actually gonna like build a little bit of this tilt right into the body because like a little bit of the hunch. And yeah, that's good. Because they're like almost sticking out like at 90-degree angles here. Because it's kind of, it's a four-legged creature, but it walks on two legs sometimes, basically. I don't know. And it's going to have a tail, for sure. So why don't we get started on that, too, just so we know it's a monkey. And for that, I'm going to do a little bit of a trick to keep it square here. Delete that face in there. Scale Y0. And move this guy to X0. Move this guy over this way. Too much. Okay, so I'm kind of wondering if I should do the trick with the tail that I did with Luigi's ponytail, where it's kind of like I don't actually animate it, but I just use physics. That would save me a lot of effort, probably. I'll probably do that. Anyway. just keep these like more or less aligned. And then gotta delete these inner things here. Once again, I really wish I had a way to have Blender just not even create them, but it's the way it goes. Sometimes your tools do things and you just gotta learn how to use them. Alright. Let's... Gotta have enough just so it has, like, flexibility. How long is the tail? It's quite long. It's like as long as his whole body. I'm gonna scale along the normal here. Zero. Why is it going? Oh, I see. We're just gonna have to keep dealing with that then. Okay, I'm gonna remove the mirror just for now, but we're gonna turn it on in a second later. Yeah, I think that's about the right length. Wait, what? What's it doing there? Oh, it's because it's in. Okay. Cool. Our monkey has a little bit of a tail now. Massive tail. Well, yeah, it is pretty long, but like, I don't know. It's pretty long on the actual animal, right? So that's probably about right. I wonder if Mixamo is going to have any trouble with the tail. We'll find out. All right. Mirror back. Turn that back here. And let's get back to the head now. And then eventually we're going to do the little hands and stuff like that, but head is kind of important so that we know what kind of thing it is. It's got a pretty wide neck, actually. I don't know how much of that is fur, but we're going to have to... Swole monkey, actually, for its size. Alright, this is where we get into, like, the topology of the face, which is gonna be interesting. But right now, I'm just gonna keep it simple. Alright, actually, I'm gonna quickly go back to the image search. See if I can find a capuchin monkey in a T-pose. I kind of doubt it, but who knows? Okay, capuchin monkey T-pose. I mean, this might be a useful pose actually here. Let's save that. What else we got? There he is, kind of being scary. They use it to balance, so it needs to be long. Yep. It needs to be a pretty long tail. As I thought, not a lot of capuchin monkeys in a T-pose. But we did get one that is a better pose, I think. Oh, I have to be in object mode for that. Let me just pull it in. Also, it's got a good picture of the tail. So that's actually going to be super helpful. Hey, Alex, welcome! Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. 90 degrees? No, minus 90. We're making a capuchin monkey. I'm just gonna try to match this guy roughly to the shape that we want. Yeah, so I think even when they're like walking on two legs, they're still quite bent over. So I'm gonna try to reflect that. And we'll just have to deal with what we deal with if Mixamo gives us trouble. And actually, this is good because it shows us the length of the tail. But actually, the whole thing is we need to sort of match the size of our monkey here. Yeah. See, he's going to be kind of constantly leaning forward. And if we have trouble with Mixamo, then we're just going to have to manually rig it. Which is not ideal, but we can deal with it. Just try to match the shape here of the face. Actually, this is kind of a good angle here for the face. I'm gonna rotate this slightly now. Actually, I'm gonna duplicate this. And then we're gonna use this duplicated one to get the face, because I want the face to be sort of dead on. It's just easier to model that way. Alright. Let's go into here. Now we can do the sort of cheating tracing thing that I like to do. But this is kind of fun that monkeys have this kind of snout thing here, which we can add. So I'm gonna do a cut around this way. I'm going to go ahead and delete the inner faces. Turn that back on. I'm gonna pull this back a tiny bit. But like I was saying, monkeys have snouts, which is a cool feature. And the way we're gonna model that is we're gonna cut out a little quad in here. Gonna pull this to the edge. And we're gonna extrude. Delete interfaces in here. 0. Now we can start. Now we have some geometry. We can start to. Actually, I'm gonna save this guy because I'm gonna call this Capuchin. No, Capuchin. Not Capuchin. Capuchin. Yeah, it would be a shame if I lost all my, that's how I do anything in Blender. Yeah. It's not cheating. You're right. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it'd be a shame if I lost, all my work on stream. Alright, let's go back to wireframe mode. Because this is, crucial. Now go back to vertex selection here. And you can see now it's really easy to just get the shape of the monkey. Probably gonna need some more subdivisions, but we're okay. Second. Alright, let's go back to this view. And let's see if we can try to get the, Actually, we need a good view of the Capuchin monkey's face. I found one. Let me just pull it into Blender in 1 second. One second. All right. Okay, yeah, back to object mode. That's a pretty good view. Will suffice for our purposes. All right. Let's get wireframe here. So yeah, the face is too narrow here, but we can fix that. And this guy's rotated slightly, so we just want to get the symmetry there. Cool. I think that guy's about right. All right, edit mode. Just sort of fill out the shape. It's definitely going to need to be... This is too sharp, so we need to round this off a little bit somehow. Let's see, can we keep it quads? Okay. There's going to be a triangle right there. But I'm just going to cut it like that for now. And then this I can cut like that. And that's all still quads. We might have to adjust it to make it look better, but get good edge flow and all that, but we're starting out here. It's actually not bad. But I think we might... Yeah. We might need even more, but that's a start. Okay, so he's gonna need eyes. So we can go ahead and cut this all the way here. And he's gonna have like a brow ridge, I guess. Oh, Wholesome Island, I forgot to say hi to you. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. Alright, this I can cut around all the way here, because I think we can use some extra topology. Cut around all the way to the midpoint. Alright. And this will cut all the way to the top. Alright, let's go back to side view monkey. 1 second. Alright. This guy, yeah, we're gonna just sort of redistribute the... Actually, can we have a cut all the way around here? Are we still quads? Yes, we're still quads. I'm actually gonna scale that all... Just get all of these 3 points into one here. Just to keep the shape easier to control. Okay, what does this look like? Starting to look monkey-y. Alright. The head's a little bit more rounded now, that's good. It's gonna need more work on the sides, but we can get to that later. Actually, we can just push these in. Okay, let's get back to... Alright, that's a good start. Alright, let's go back to front view. Let's see if we can get his eye shape in here. So he's got kind of like a mask almost, you know what I mean? Like this shape in here. Around his eyes. And then if we can do a cutaway here for the eyes. It's Sentia. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. All right, that's starting to... We are going to need to add more... I don't know. It's sometimes hard to tell how much topology you need because you don't know how big the thing is going to be in the game. Like, you don't know the size of the... Alright. Delete faces. Okay. Actually, just adding the eyes really made it look a lot more monkey-like. So I'm going to quickly add one thing. Mesh. UV sphere. We're going to replace this later, but like... Actually, yeah, it's... Okay, add mesh. UV sphere. We're going to use fewer. Like 10. And 10. 90 degrees. Scale it. Add a mirror. To edit mode here. And we're just gonna sort of fill in the eye sockets with something so that it doesn't look all weird. And that gives us an idea. So the eyeballs are actually way larger than the part that you see. You can see how big the eyeballs are. And then we're gonna go ahead and shade these smooth. There we go. Second. And actually, I'm gonna make them black. Cool. All right. He's actually... Okay, he's starting to look a bit like a monkey now. Soon, we will be able to get out of the flat shaded mode. Because, I think we're going to start refining things soon. But... Like, the most important part of this monkey, I think, is the face. So, I think he needs one edge loop all the way around the face. So we're going to start adding that. Okay. So we've just created a pentagon here and a triangle. So we can actually remove part of that, just like we're about to do here. So take these two, we merge them. All of a sudden now we got a square and we got a square. So let's do that again here. See? It's a star point, but still. It gives us some extra stuff to shape the face with. And yeah, you can kind of see that shape here. He's also gonna need a mouth. I don't know. Are we gonna actually... Let's model an actual mouth that can open and close. So let's cut in here. That's a triangle, but we're gonna fix it in a second. See, now it's a quad. And move both of these back a bit. I'm now going to inset these. Sorry, extrude them. Let's delete this face here. That to the center. There we go. Little monkey. I don't know if I'll give him bones there, but we'll find out later. All right, let's go back. Let's go back here. Sorry, wrong. Here, that's what I want to see. I'm just gonna adjust this so it's more where the actual monkey's face is. Cool. All right. More adjustment. Just gotta get the shape. It's really important. I'm not gonna add the nostrils right now because I'm gonna do a high poly model later and then add details like that into it and then bake that down. I don't think we'll have time for it today on this stream, but we might do it in the future stream. But also, if I was baking in Blender on stream, I might be in trouble because Blender likes to crash when I bake stuff. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, for legal reasons, I have to tell you that. Because I'm just talking about Blender. All my opinions about this are my own opinions and not my employer. All right, let's get back to it. Let's add a little bit an layer in here. So what do we think, chat? Do we think this looks... It's starting to look monkey-like? I think it's kind of monkey-like. Alright, let's get back to... Let's do the brow. Now that we have some more topology to work with. It looks so cute. Oh my god. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm going for. I'm not actually sure what the monkey's gonna do in-game, but I think he might do something like guide you towards treasure or something like that. He's gonna be doing something that is good for the player. Because I have some cute animals like the seals, but they don't do anything yet. They will do something. I'm not sure what. Okay, I'm gonna do some more work on the arms right now. Wait, I'm gonna do okay, tiny bit more face work, and then I'll get to the arms. Okay, this is definitely coming out too far. And then we can do a whole... We should do an entire edge loop around here. Just to round everything off. The seals don't even take damage when you try to murder them, shaking my head. Yeah, no, they need more... they need some more gameplay purpose, which I will figure out at a later point in time. Okay. Let's do this. Wrap around here, and then add a cut in here for that. Okay, so let's go to front view. Oh, he's got ears. I'm just not sure. The seals have plenty of gameplay purpose. Boats. Yeah, it was discovered that you can use the seal as a boat. Although I haven't been able to use the seal as a boat. I keep falling off. But you know, if you're a real pro gamer, you definitely have figured out how to do it. All right, this guy's actually turning out better than I would have thought. I need a little bit of geometry in here. Can I? Two. And then merge these two. Actually, that's gonna do something weird if I do it there. But actually, this might be good. So, and then I can do... No, that's going to create a triangle. Oh, here's what I can do. Because I do actually need a little bit more eye shape here anyway. And then... One second. We can make this work. There we go. Might have to revisit this section here, but it's working for now. Using seals for speedrun skips, lol. Yeah, I cannot wait to see if anybody figures out some excellent speedrun strategies for a short Odyssey. I'm really looking forward to it. 1 second. So, what do we do here? I'm just gonna adjust the angle of the camera here. Alright. I should probably be standing up more straight anyway. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I think we can look at the arms now. Let me just check 1 second. Yeah. Shape flat. We're gonna paint him in a little bit too, so... Actually. I think we actually do need an edge loop all the way around here. Which is gonna be fine, I think. Oh, but now we got a triangle again. Oh, here's what we can do. We can cut in. Here. There we go. How would seals even be used to maybe getting Pierre onto one paddle over to the camp? I mean, I think just fast travel in general. Like, I think that's what you would want to use them for, right? All right. Let's get the arms. Okay. He's gonna want edge loop around there. Oh, that got stopped by my triangle there. So, gotta hide this guy for just a second. Go into here. So we do want a triangle here, but I'm just gonna. I'm gonna merge these two. So the triangle's actually at the bottom now. It still works for the purposes that we want, which is to add some extra shape maneuvering ability. But anyway. Yeah. All right. There, yeah. Just to make it rounded, because, you know. Pull in a little bit here. In a little bit here. All right. And the legs are going to need that as well. A little bit of extra topology bit. Can we add it to the front for the legs? Can we add it here instead? Yes, we can. All right. There might be some weird stuff happening in the crotch area, as there often is in model 3D models. But it's okay, we can figure it out. All right, keep going, keep going. And then he's gonna need feet. Monkey feet are interesting. Monkey feet are really just kind of hands. Capuchin monkey hands. What do we got here? Capuchin monkey feet, maybe. Feet. So, what are they? They're basically like, here's a good one. Let's save that. Pull this guy in. Back to object mode. Alright, let's get this guy right to scale. It's this foot that we want. Actually, he's gonna be like, we want to rotate this. Oh god, it's got the viewport display options. Wait, where is it? Where'd our guy go? Oh, I see. We need to click it. Yes, not unclick it. Alright. Rotate this guy 90 degrees. Oop. 90 degrees. Alright. Then we need to move this to the right spot. Just kind of here. Flip this guy upside down. Okay. It's just kind of tough getting a good angle on this, but we'll figure it out. Cool. Let's get the face. Then we get the bits here. So the thumb is gonna kind of come out of here. I guess it's more of a big toe, but whatever. It's a monkey. They kind of have thumbs, and maybe you can use seals to glitch out the physics engine. Glitching out the physics engine is kind of fun. You probably can. The physics engine, during development, I run into all sorts of physics-related issues, and I'm actually kind of surprised that you guys aren't running into more of them. But yeah, we use bullet physics, which is a little bit an older library. It's not a bad library, but it is kind of poorly documented. Kind of not sure if I'm gilding the lily on this, like, because this is a tiny foot, but, you know, we're gonna give him fingers and toes and everything. Alright. So this is always a tough spot, is getting the four fingers to transition into the hand. But I'm gonna start by just cutting this. This would be a lot easier if I was on the other side, but here's what I'll do. I'll go into here, take this, turn off the mirror, and actually no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna, can I scale this guy by -1? Yeah. -1. And then oh, adjust the angle back, which is gonna be kind of annoying, but whatever. Only vaguely realistic physics things is that I've ran into is the hair thing on the player. It seems to freak out. Yeah, it does freak out every once in a while. But you know, That's actually not an uncommon glitch in games. It's hard to get hair in Cloth Sim to be stable. Especially Cloth Sim, which I'm not doing any of, but... Alright. So, let's cut this guy up. Edges subdivide by 4. I'm gonna figure out the topology later, but right now I'm just gonna work on getting this too tall. I just do 3 segments for each one, because the Capuchin Monkey's not going to be that large, so you're not going to really see all the detail unless you like really zoom in. So I am probably gilding the lily just a little bit on this guy. Alright, we're around the 1 hour mark. I'm gonna see if I can speed this guy up, because I do want to get him in the game before the end of the stream. Or at least do some rigging. Alright, get that going. Going. Alright, that'll do for now. Oh, wait. Let's just fix this in here a little bit. Make that more... Okay, cool. He's got toes. Now he needs fingers. Alright. Alright, do we have, yeah, so the major difference here between the fingers and the toes is just the way they come out. So, gonna just sort of model them like human hands and then give them like really long fingers, I think. Alright, so. But they do come out at a different angle, is the thing here. And I actually, here's what I'll do. I need to add some extra topology, so I am going to bevel this. It's gonna create a thing here, but here's what we're gonna do. We are going to make that another. No shit, wait. Let's, Okay. How are we gonna do this? We'll figure out. We'll just leave it as a triangle for now. We'll actually no. The problem is the. That they're now. Here's what we can do. Add another. Okay. I think the problem was that we added 2. But what we really need is to add 4. So, segments 2. All right, that's better. So now we can go ahead and do this. Edges, subdivide, slide this guy along. Oopsies. Cool. There we go. That's what we wanted. So the thumb is going to come out of this side here. Like that. Just like we did before. Let me just look at my own thumb. That's about right. It goes inward, right? And then same thing here that we did before. And we'll figure out the topology later. Subdivide. There we go. It's a little bit annoying, but that Blender won't let us do all 4 at once, but this is the way to get that. Alright. Just keep plugging along here. Alright. We want 3 segments on each one, so this will be a good segment here. Alright. There we go. I think this needs to come out a little bit more on the hand. Yeah. So I'll go back to this edge loop mode. All right. That'll be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little thing, Alt-Shift-S to scale to sphere, which is a very fun, useful tool in Blender. It makes them into a circular shape. What's it? What's that? Oh. There we go. And a bit big, but make them smaller. Get them smaller. Cool. All right, cool. So we got some hands now. We have... Actually, I think the hands should just be bigger. The hands are too small. All right, so let's go into wireframe. Select the hands and just make them bigger. That seems a bit good. Cool. It actually does look very monkey-like now. Okay. So, I am now going to paint this guy real quick. So, shade smooth. I'm going to have to UV unwrap him. And to do that, we're going to add some... Actually, he really does look like a monkey now. Tiny little fix. Sorry, I can't resist. I know I keep wanting to move on, but I keep seeing these little details, and I want to just make them a tiny bit better. Alright, there we go. Okay. So, UV unwrap. Let's do a very simple... And actually, this is important. Data. I'm gonna have to change the offset to 1 there. So, I am going to take... What we're first gonna do is we're going to mark seams, and this shows us where the UV unwrap is gonna cut off, right? So I'm gonna do 1 right around the hands. I don't know if this is gonna be our final paint job, but we're just going to do a simple one for now. Okay, cut that off. We're going to add 1 around the fingers. Each finger is going to get its own... Actually, can we do that in a really easy way? Can we simply go wireframe here, pick these, go to edge... Okay, here we go, yeah. Mark seam. Okay, we're gonna need a seam under the armpit. That's usually a good place to put it. Basically, we want to make it, like, we want to do some, like, origami shit so that he, like, folds out into a flat shape. Mark seam. You're gonna do the tail. And then since the tail is mirrored, we don't have to do a seam along it, because the mirror will just be the seam. You gotta head out. Thanks for the stream. Well, thank you for tuning in, Sarah. Always a pleasure to have you here. Alright, let's do the legs as a different... Wait, should we? Yeah, let's do the... Why don't we make this be the seam, so then we can... Yeah. Mark seam. Clear that seam. So that we can do the seam under the crotch area where it's less visible. Okay. Mark seam. Yeah, each of these fingers is going to need their own seam as well. So let's just quickly do them inside the edge here. Mark seam. Mark seam. Wait. 1 second. I gotta actually get that in there. Can we get that edge? There we go. Mark seam. Mark seam. Do the inside of here. Mark that as a seam. Okay, now almost done with the UV. Quick UVs. Okay. Get to here. Mark seam. Okay, now we can do the basic UV on... Okay, we gotta do the face. 1 second. I'm gonna make the face as its own section because we need a lot more detail in the face. I'm gonna put the seam over here. Mark seam. And then mark seam. Okay, so now we can just select him, go to UV editing, UV unwrap, minimum stretch. And now we have a pretty decent UV unwrap. We're gonna have to fix it up later, but like, let's just do a quick pack islands. So yeah, that gives us a little bit better coverage. But wait, UV pack islands, but we need a little bit more margin. Is that cool? All right, that'll do for now. We're gonna do a quick paint. We're gonna give him material first. Actually, let's get him into Mixamo first. Let's get him moving. Let's see how he does. All right, so we're gonna quickly export this guy as an FBX, which is a risky thing because Blender does a pretty bad job of exporting FBX, but you know, whatever. Export caption.fbx. Now we're gonna go to Mixamo. I'm gonna log in where you can't see my details. All right. We're gonna upload our character. 1 second. Capuchin, where are you? All right. He's backwards. So what we're gonna need to do is go back into here. And, oh yeah, because Blender likes the guy to be negative Z forward. Sorry, negative Y forward. I don't know. Blender's coordinate system is all weird, in my opinion, but whatever. 180, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and apply. Just because that. Alright, go back. Export the FBX again. Selected only. Caption. Alright, go back to Mixamo. I'm gonna go back, upload my character file, caption.fbx. Alright. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna mark the chin, and we're gonna see wrists, elbows, knees, and groin. I'm going to slightly... Wait. No, let's do the full skeleton. Alright, the auto rigger is doing its job. I was previously under the impression that Mixamo used AI, but I believe that's actually not true. So I feel a lot better about Mixamo now. It's been around since like 2011, so I'm pretty sure it was not using AI. Actually, this is working really well. Look at him. All right, next. All right, I don't know why he's through the floor, but let's give him a walk animation. Yeah. What was it? Oh, it's... Here we go. He's walking well. What kind of walk should we give him? I guess he's... Yeah, this is monkey walk here, right here. We're gonna do in place. There we go, monkey walk. So now, we're gonna go ahead and download this with skin, because this is our first version. 30 frames per second, yeah, that's fine. Okay. In Blender now, back to Blender. We're gonna take... I'm gonna go ahead and hide this guy because we're gonna get another caption. File, and he's gonna be rigged. Import FBX. And so now we're gonna download walking9.fbx. Okay, cool. So he's now got bones. We're gonna hide these guys for a second. So if we actually play the animation, he's walking in Blender now. So, go to animation right here. We're actually gonna generate a rig for him since there's a plugin here. This looks so much more intimidating than hard surface modeling. Yeah, there's definitely a learning curve. I've previously done mostly hard surface modeling on the stream, but this is the first one I'm showing off that is more of an organic character. But yeah, there's a lot of little things you gotta be aware of. Okay, so there's a Mixamo. So I think we can just take create control rig, and we're gonna give him IK legs, but not IK arms. And there we go. Is that... Can we now... this should be the action editor. I always... I don't know why people use the dope sheet instead of the action editor, but it's here. Okay, so this 43. I usually like my animations to start at 0. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this over to 0, and then change the range to 0 to 42. We're gonna have manual frame, cyclic automation, animation. Okay, so this is gonna be... Wait, did that not work? Action. Okay, here we go. Now he's animated, and he has a rig. So... I'm gonna change this to 0, 0, walk. Going to add a... Yeah. Cool. And then I'm gonna delete all the other animations that we don't need. Delete. Okay, now let's give this guy a quick paint job, and then we're gonna bring him into the game. So, we're gonna go to shading. Actually, so, Mixamo likes to add a split normals, which mess with shit. So we're gonna go ahead and do clear split normals data. There we go. And then we're gonna... Also, this guy doesn't have his mirror. So we're gonna have to add that back. So, the way we do that is we literally just delete half of him. Select just over the center line. Delete vertices. Then, so our weight paints are actually going to be mirror. And this has to be before animation. Okay. So, we need to do something quick. We need to bone tools, rename to custom. Select object to non-armature. There we go. Cool. Now it's going to be mirrored properly. There we go, he's walking. Now we need to paint him. So, go to texture paint. Actually, we're gonna go to shading because we need to give him a material. So, add texture, image texture. We're gonna call this paint. And we're gonna make it 2048 by 2048. The final texture is going to be smaller, but just for it's easier to paint when you have a larger texture. And then we're going to assign that to the base color. He's going to turn black. But this is a white-faced, sorry, a white caption monkey. So we're going to go to texture paint. I'm going to whip out the tablet real quick. This is just a drawing tablet here. Actually, can we just make the whole texture white? That would be probably a little bit better. Image. There we go. Let's make it a little bit off-white because it's kind of more... There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the animation here. Go back to here. Texture paint. And we need our reference caption. So his face is like pink, right? So I'm gonna grab a pink color. And I'm just gonna paint in around the face. This is not the brush I wanted. I'm gonna use Paint Soft. And then I'm gonna get that. Select that color. That's better. Just blend that in a little bit better. Whoopsies. Just paint it. And let's get the turn the animation back on. Yeah, he's starting to look like a monkey. There's a little bit of weird weight painting down here, but for now, I'm just gonna color that in. A little bit like that. And then we gotta get inside the eye socket here. Just to cover everything over. Sorry, you guys can't see what I'm doing with the pen, but maybe I need a second camera for that. All right. Just get in everywhere. Almost complete. There we go. Alright. Oh, this is just... Whoopsies. Let's just color that in there. Alright. Just a little bit of... Sometimes you get a little bit of spill that you didn't mean to. Oopsies. Alright. So... we got a half hour left on the stream. Let's get him into the game. He's now animated. He has... wait, why are we still getting the old caption? Oh, he's cube. Okay. So... oh, shit. Something weird is going on. Okay, so the weight painting in Mixamo seems to not have been super good with the tail. So we may need to fix that manually. And wait, we need to go to... we need to show our deformed bones. So, all right, we need to go into weight paint and fix the weight painting. Oh, because there's no tailbones. So I think we can just demon-tailed monkey. Yeah, I think we're just gonna make all the tail share one weight, which is like, ideally he's gonna have bones in here, but Mixamo won't add them for us because Mixamo's designed for humanoid characters, and this guy has a tail. Wait, why isn't it painting? Weights, normalize. Can you paint now? Come on. What if I turn off the mirroring? There we go. Let's make the brush a little bit bigger so it gets everywhere. Weights, normalize all. There we go. So his tail's just going to be kind of sticking out there for now, but we can fix that later. All right, let's get our mirror back on. So I believe we should now be able to export our Capuchin Monkey into the game. He does, actually, no, yeah, we're not going to fix the hands right now. We'll do that later. But, okay. Oh, also, there's some bones that we can get rid of. Paint up, yeah, okay, same. Mixamo sometimes adds extra bones at the end. Actually, I don't think it's Mixamo. I think it's the Blender FBX importer that does that. But you just gotta delete them because they don't do anything. It's just extra bones that you don't need. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna actually save this in the export directory. So we need to go to release resources meshes, create our Capuchin. Save that as paint.png. And now we can export the guy. Export GLTF, which is the format we normally use for a short Odyssey. Our export setting, bin plus textures, keep original, include selected objects, data, apply modifiers so that we get our mirror, skinning, armature. Do we need to do anything here? Export all. Oh, actually, this is an important thing we need to do. Where is it? It's not an animation, it's an armature. Export deformation bones only. Because we have a fancy rig, it's gonna add a bunch of bones that aren't actually needed for in-game animation. So if we select export deformation bones only, that's just gonna... It's going to be a little bit more optimal in the output file. All right. Export GLTF. So now I believe we can get into the game. I'm going to pause the distraction music. And we're going to start the game here. From my white IDE. New game. All right. Wait. Okay, cool. So let's create the monkey in the jungle. Okay, so I'm going to turn the HUD back on. We're going to go into our file browser here. We're going to meshes. We're going to go into Capuchin. And create entity with mesh. Oh god, he's kind of big, eh? And also, We'll fix this in just a second, but let's save the game here. Gonna add a animation animator to him. Okay, actually, there we go. Now he's in the right spot. Hey, he's moving. He's walking. But he is a little bit big. We're gonna have to fix that. Save. Can we just scale this guy down here? If we scale the armature down to 0.5. Let's try exporting that again. Okay, can we reload? Can we reload this guy? There we go. That's better. That's a good monkey size. Actually, he should be a little bit smaller than that even. Alright. Scale down to 0.75 of that. Okay. Export. I'm wondering why this is not showing up as black. The tint is supposed to be black. Okay. Reload. There we go. Good capuchin size. I guess we should make him a character. Game. Wait, can we not add character? Oh, well, we need a physics collider. He's going to be a capsule. Actually, let's go to game capture so you guys can... Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna move this guy over here because I want to get the jungle music in here. There we go. So this guy's obviously too big. You change the radius of the capsule to sort of be more appropriate for his size. And we're also going to need an offset. Oopsies. 4.4. Offset is going to be point. Okay. And we're going to make this guy a rigid body. His mass is going to be 10 kilos, which is probably too heavy for a monkey, but who cares? And we're going to change. We're going to go ahead and add... I'm going to add the character now, which we can do because he now has a physics object associated with him. The body height, it's going to be... This is going to be 0.1, and this is going to be 0.5. Save. And keep upright. Okay. Cool. Now, we actually don't have any... He's going to be friendly, but in order to make him wander around, we need to give him an enemy behavior right now. So he's going to be an aggressive monkey for just a second. Well, I mean, for today's stream, he's going to be an enemy monkey. But we'll make him not an enemy later. Okay, so. Enemy. AI, yeah. Enemy AI. His maximum... Oh, we can't adjust that. So, if we go ahead and save, he's gonna He's gonna do something. I don't know where he's going. Oh, he's falling down. Oh, he's facing backwards. We can fix that. We can fix that. Because, yeah. Rotate Z 180. Alright, file, export. Oh, you guys can't see that. I'm exporting him again to fix the orientation. Turn that back on. If we reload, is he going to be facing the right way around now? Alright. Mesh. Reload. Oh! The game crashed, so... Let's try X. Oh, because I didn't have the vertices selected. Alright. 1 second. If we now... No, not continue. New game. Let's go to where our monkey was. Where's our capuchin? Oh, he's over here. He's going in circles. Why is he going in... Oh! He's chasing me. Because he's an enemy monkey now. Oopsies. And he doesn't have IK yet, but we can add that later. Oopsies. Ah! Oh god, now Javelina's chasing me too. I have a couple things chasing me. Wait, what was I... Oh, it's a bomb. Why is there always a bomb here? I think this is an accident. Come on, get close to the bomb. No. Bombs are really hard to use. I really need to do more to make them more useful. Oh, alligators too chasing me now. Apparently. How far can I get them to chase me? Right now, there isn't actually a limit onto how far things will chase you. There's a limit on how far they can get from you before they stop chasing you. But they will literally chase you to the ends of the earth as long as you don't close the gap on them. So how many guys can I pick up here? Actually, where does this go? It goes up here. Can they follow me up here? Is this even a place we can go? Okay. Oh, Javelina has gotten stuck. But the Capuchin is still following me. Nope, we lost him. I was looking for a weapon. Oh, bird. Okay, there's a... Oh, there's a Kriegsmesser around here somewhere. Is it on that rock or is it on the other one? Oh, it's on this one up here. Let's get to the Kriegsmesser. And then we will... I wonder if the Capuchin survived the fall. Oh, Capuchin's still here. He's still alive. He got hurt a little bit in the fall, but... Alright, now we can fight. Let's give him, like, an insane, like, attack. He's gonna do 50 damage. Alright. Is he gonna find me? Nope. Another guy here. Oh, shit. Oh, wait, where's my health? Oh, he's hiding the HUD. That's why. Show the HUD here. Oh, shit. He does attack pretty freaking... Yeah, it's pretty silly. Can I parry him? No. He's got no animation, so it's basically impossible to parry him because you don't know when he's about to attack. I like the knockback, though. Just because he's pretty... Okay, and he's about to die. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. 1 second. I'm actually going to put the Kriegsmesser here. I'm just going to place it here. Wait. Actually, no, let's... We gotta reload. 1 second. I accidentally picked up the Kriegsmesser into my inventory and then saved, so we're going to have to restore that. Let's put the Kriegsmesser back where it's supposed to go. But where's the Capuchin? Oh, okay, yeah, he's right here. So, Kriegsmesser. Add component. Transform. Wait. No, the Kriegsmesser. Add component, transform. And it's move attached item. Yeah. Put it here. There we go. Kriegsmesser is back where it's supposed to go. On the rock. Okay, Capuchin, I'm going to send you back to the jungle where you belong. Although, I wonder why his wander behavior isn't working. What's the state of him? The enemy AI. It says he's in wait. What's he now? He's idle. He should be wandering. I don't know why. I'll have to fix that later. Actually, wait. Maybe it's a navmesh issue? Show navmesh. No, he's got a navmesh. We'll have to figure that out later. Put him over here. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, let's keep playing. But we're gonna bring him back to full health. And then we're gonna save the game here. Save. And then we're gonna start a new thing. Let's just figure out where the game's at right now. So, new game. Spawning on the raft, as always. Alright, pick up our thing. Let's do the tutorial. Target enemy. This guy's coming straight for us. Attack. Attack. Kill him. Does anybody else think that the lock-on for the crabs makes you sick? Because I heard somebody saying that the camera pitching up and down was making them get motion sickness. Alright. Get him. Get him. Alright, let's get our little seafood here. Get our shell. Jump up. Alright. Pick up this. Oh! I accidentally threw the letter, but it's still here. We fixed the bullet tunneling issue, so now the letter doesn't, like, disappear into the terrain. Let's change to our, whoopsies, I changed the buttons. Let's change to the sword here. Personally, I find the crab gets knocked back a silly amount. So but I never get motion sick, so I can't comment on that aspect. Yeah, I don't know. I might just need to add some, like, accessibility option for people that happens to. But I'll be keeping an eye on it. Alright. Talk to Vinny, as always. Hey, kid. There's some mandolin playing in the background. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be the center key. This island where the crowd is bigger than a problem. You must be new here. We don't see many of your type. Alright, my type. Okay. Oh, yeah, he's gonna get the... I forgot to get the actual quest. But we gotta wait for him to get the spyglass, which he's gonna come back with. Alright, spyglass. Show inventory. Got our spyglass in here. I found that Spain's spyglass and all the wreckage your ship came with can help you find things that are very far away. Try going to a high place and looking through it. You never know what kind of things you might see. Alright, thank you, but let me get the quest. What do you want? Wow, a talking bird. Oh yeah, what do you mean my type? You know, humans. The only humans around here is the sorcerer. Sorcerer? A huge jerk. I hope everybody's talked to Vinny. If you haven't, then I've clearly done my game design very wrong. Because he's kind of important. He gives basically the main quest to you. He explains a lot of things. Alright, sure, what do you want me to do? Alright. Need some... Okay. Okay. Bye. So, we now have the main quest. And at this point in the game, there is no other thing that you have to do in order. You went a lap around the island rather than towards the middle. I made it harder to do that now. I did add a couple pieces of terrain that kind of guide you back to Vinny. So hopefully that won't happen anymore. But at this point, after you've talked to Vinny, basically, you know, the world is your oyster here. I don't actually care where you go at this point. Like, but that's just open world games. Yeah, maybe. But after you've been guided towards Vinny, hopefully you can just kind of do whatever you want. This guy's coming at me. Just kill him. I suppose you would be attacked by the javelina pretty quickly on. I don't know. Check. Are my other guys wandering around the other javelinas? Or is there a bug with that? Where are the javelinas? I hear one. Okay, he is wandering. And he's not directly coming towards me, so I'm not gonna... But yeah, this time I'm gonna go this way, which is fine. Actually, I'm wondering now that I've added the javelinas and they attack you if people get guided off the path. But it's okay. It's... At this point, after you've talked to Vinny, you can go anywhere you want. Monkey is looking great. Well, thanks! I'm glad you think so. It's, I think we're gonna do more work on him, but probably off stream. And I gotta figure out something for him to do, like guide you towards treasure or something like that. Alright, so if you go this way, this is the way to Yusuf, who I hope some of you have met. And also this waterfall, which needs to have something there. Maybe I'll add a monkey next to the waterfall. That would be cool. But anyway, it's now 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock Eastern. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been a great stream. We got a lot of work done. And I want to say, down below this video, there is a link to the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, please find it in the link below. And also, I want to make sure that I do this on stream and that I, while everything's visible, I want you, if you haven't already, there's another link below, which is to the Steam page, to wishlist this game on Steam. There's a button right here that says add to your wishlist. You can see the Steam page. We got all sorts of nice visuals. But the most important thing to do for a short Odyssey, if you want to help me out, is this button here, add to wishlist. I want you to click that. You got to be logged into Steam, though. And then it'll be on your wishlist, and then when the game comes out, you will get a notification immediately. But if you really, really like the game, then join the Discord. because that's where we do all the cool discussion about things we're going to add to the game. You can get in on some of the playtests. It's super cool. And final thing, like and subscribe. Ring the bell right below this video on YouTube. There will be a picture of that. So like the stream, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I will see all you guys